Hello, Crosspoint drummers. This is going to be our click instructional video that you guys are going to have here so you can learn how to run the click. And as you can see, there's three main things happening on this little carpet board here. There's one, it's your volume control, it's your volume pedal. It's up and down like that. The second, it will actually be the click track. And then the third part is going to be this little button here. So we're going to learn about all three of these parts and how we're going to use them in controlling the click during a worship service. Now the first thing you'll notice about the volume pedal is it's going to have these outputs right here. So the click track, as you can see, the actual black cable is going into the input, the in. And then you will plug on the stage, there will be an actual plug that will be going to the output inside the drum cage there. So basically what you need to know about the volume pedal is that you need to utilize it when we're in the second set especially. That way the click track is not bleeding through our ears into the microphone and going out into the mains. So basically you just need to fade it in as we're going into the second set, and that's what you're going to use the volume pedal for, is fading it into the songs and fading it out in the second set. The second part we're going to look at is the metronome. Now this section will be a little bit longer because it's a little more complicated. So I'll start by turning it on. You can see this on-off, the power switch right there. You just turn that on and it boots up. So what you'll notice is your main buttons here, your mode, program, beat, store / light set. So all you're going to do is you're going to go to program. That'll take you to number 1. You see this number 1 here under program. You need to start on number 1. For some reason it really won't save over setting 0, plus it makes it easier when you're looking down, you know what number you're on. So say our first song is at 147, like Go, for example. 147. You're going to use this to turn you up, and if you want to save it, you hit the store button. Now that saves it. Now say we have a second song we want to put in. Program again. Say it's Your Love Never Fails. 117. So we go down to 117. Store it. Now it's saved in the second program. Now we want to go to third. Say we're going in the second set, and I don't know why it's at 144, but say we want to go all the way down to 77. Alright, we'll store that one. And so on and so forth. 78, you want to store that one. And then 58. So what you're going to do is, after you have saved all these settings, the best thing to do is to actually turn it off. Turn it back on, because that way you start at number 10 again, because there's like 30 settings in here, so you don't want to cycle through them all again. Now the way you start it is you just click this bad boy right here. Done. Now you can see the lights flashing, that means it's going. Alright, and then the last thing I'll tell you about this is that, press it again to stop. These are your volume controls for, see the quarter notes there. I know you drummers especially might know the notation better than a lot of people do, but there's actually a quarter note level you can adjust there. And there's also the master volume as well that you can adjust here. So make sure just both of those are all the way up. If people have problems, or if you hear some weird beats, that means that these are up. So just make sure these are all down. Yeah, don't turn that up. Those are all down. Okay, and then as you can see the inputs on the side, it's labeled there, the remote, which is this cable, going to our button here. And then we have the phone out, which is actually going back to that volume pedal that we showed earlier. All right. The last part is going to be this little clicker. Now what this is going to do is this is actually going to change you from one setting to the next in the middle of the set. So you can see we're on channel 2 right here. Now if I press this, it takes me to channel 3. And that'll, if the click's already going, it'll just automatically switch the click and it'll go to the next channel. So you need to make sure that one other thing you got to be careful about this is if this gets switched, see how the settings just count through like that? They're just like rapid fire. So you just got to make sure that this little toggle is switched that way. So if you're running into that problem of it just going through all the settings, it's because this little toggle isn't flipped right. So yeah, so just make sure this is what you press to switch channels, and you'll feel a little click when you click it with your foot, so you know that's when it changes channels. If you ever run into any problems where you've gone past the channel in accident, again, just go reach down, turn it on, turn it off, go back to 0, and you can just click your way back into third or fourth song. So basically, guys, the goal of this is that you guys will be running the click tracks from now on. So I want to be able to get a video. If you have any questions, just please let me know. Even if you have questions leading up until the beginning of the set, just let me know before the set starts, before we start rehearsal, and I can answer those questions for you. But yeah, good luck, guys. You're going to need it. All right.